তোমার মাটির সুরে সুরেতে, মা তোমার মাটির সুরে সুরেতে আমার জীবন জুড়াইলা বাউল ভাটিয়ালিতে, মা তোমার মাটির সুরে সুরেতে পরার খুইলা মেঘনাতে দাস পতারি গান গাই, সব ভুলে যেতাম ভুলি না বাংলা মায়ের কোল। টাক ধুম বাজায় বাংলাদেশের ঢোল, আমি টাক ধুম বাজায় বাংলাদেশের ঢোল, আমি টাক ধুম বাজায় বাংলাদেশের ঢোল। টাক ধুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল, আমি টাক ধুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল। সব ভুলে যাই, আমি সব ভুলে যাই, তাও ভুলি না বাংলা মায়ের কোল। টাক ধুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল, আমি টাক ধুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল।
সশস্ত্র বাহিনীর সম্মান গার্ড, অস্ত্র নামাবে, অস্ত্র নামা।
বাংলা জন্ম দিলা है আমারে বাংলা জন্ম দিলা है আমারে তোমার পরাণ আমার পরাণ এক লড়িতে বাঁধা রে বাংলা জন্ম দিলা আমারে মা পুতের এই বাঁধন ছেঁড়া সাধ্য কারো নাই সব ভুলে যাই তাও ভুলি না বাংলা মায়ের কোল টাক ধুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল আমি টাক ধুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল মা তোমার মাটির সুরে সুরেতে মা তোমার মাটির সুরে সুরেতে আমার জীবন জুড়াইলা বাউল ভাটিয়ালিতে মা তোমার মাটির সুরে সুরেতে
Shaman God! Rashtriya Salam Debe! Shashastra! Tama! Shaman God! Ostro! Tama!
Your Highness, you are known for your laudable role in promoting social, economic, and cultural development in Asia and Africa. You have contributed significantly towards improving the living conditions and opportunities of millions of people around the world. You have funded and founded many projects for education, health, and social welfare. Through the Aga Khan Development Network, AKDN, Your Highness has addressed many long-term and persistent challenges of our time: poverty, hunger, illiteracy, health, and sanitation. In Bangladesh, the foundation has been in operation since 1980. It has been involved with projects across a broad spectrum of activities: health, education, and rural development. In each sector, the services provided have been substantial and exemplary. Your Highness, we hope that the Aga Khan Development Network will be a lasting partner in our development efforts. There should be a greater emphasis on sharing our development experiences. Bangladesh is in a position to work with AKDN, especially in the areas of our common interest. Many of our success stories in the social sector are replicable. AKDN, we believe, can facilitate the highlighting of Bangladesh's achievements and help replicate Bangladesh's inclusive development models in many countries of Africa and Asia. We are optimistic that Your Highness will accord due consideration to these immense possibilities for mutual cooperation. May I now invite you all, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to join me in a prayer for the good health, happiness, and long life of His Excellency Prince Karim Aga Khan, and for continued peace, progress, and prosperity of Bangladesh and of the Ismaili community. May the cooperation between Bangladesh and His Highness and his community widen and deepen further in the years ahead. May Allah bless us all. Thank you all very much.
The Honourable Chief Advisor, Honourable Advisors, Excellencies, distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum. I am most grateful to the Chief Advisor for his very kind words and for the extraordinary warmth of this welcome to Bangladesh. When I inherited my office 5 decades ago from my grandfather, Sir Sultan Muhammad Shah Aga Khan, I also inherited the special feeling he had for this part of the world. I remember in particular his response to the partition of India, when he actively encouraged a large number of members of the Ismaili community to settle in what was then East Pakistan. They found a warm welcome here and were pleased to integrate fully into Bengali life. It was on the occasion of my grandfather's Platinum Jubilee, marking 70 years of his Imamat, that he first invested in what became a thriving jute mill industry here. The first of those companies continues to exist and is still called the Platinum Jubilee Jute Mills. Within our lifetimes, predominantly agricultural societies and industrial societies of the past have been joined and sometimes supplanted by what many call the knowledge society, propelled by the digital revolution and focusing on the creation and management of information. In a knowledge society, the most productive investments we can make are investments in education. And education is another priority we share with the Bangladeshi people. As we look to the future of development in Bangladesh, it is important to be realistic about the challenges, but it is also important to remember the distance which has been traveled and the building blocks which are already in place. I think, for example, of the strides which have been made here in controlling population growth, developing export trade, establishing microcredit programs, improving early childhood care, extending education, especially for women, and fighting corruption, in addition to doubling per capita GDP over the past 2 decades. The challenge now is to make development both sustainable and equitable, so that it fairly benefits people of all classes, cultures and regions. The Aga Khan Development Network's agenda for Bangladesh reflects your agenda. To achieve that agenda, we will require a continuing spirit of close partnership. It is in the spirit of partnership, then, that I thank you again for what we have been able to do together in the past, while looking forward to the things we will be attempting together in the future. My warmest thanks again to all of you, and I request you to join me in a prayer for the peace and happiness, success and unity of all the peoples of Bangladesh. Thank you.
মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশের বাঁশি মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশের বাঁশি রাঙা মাটির পথে এলো মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশের বাঁশি
It is my great pleasure to welcome you today to this ceremony that marks Bangladesh formally joining the network of Aga Khan Academies planned for South and Central Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. The Aga Khan Academy Dhaka henceforth will be an integral part of the development of this network. The great Bengali literary figure and Nobel laureate, Tagore, was the first to write about the world as a global village, an idea that now enjoys broad currency. The schools that constitute the Aga Khan Academy's network will form an integrated learning community, or if you will, an academic global village, supported by an extensive educational technology infrastructure. Students and faculty will enjoy opportunities to live and learn at an Aga Khan Academy in another country during their respective careers, thus deepening their pluralistic outlook and linguistic capabilities. Located in 18 different sites across the developing world, the academies will seek to celebrate local cultures and languages, standing proudly as national institutions that are integrally connected to this international network. The Aga Khan Academy in Dhaka will exist to develop leaders with a pluralistic sensibility, individuals who are proudly Bangladeshi, yet connected to the larger cosmopolitan global village described by Tagore over a century ago. I speak for all those involved in the establishment of this institution and the network of academies. Institutions that will, inshallah, have an enormous and lasting positive impact on the world. In thanking Your Highness for your inspiring leadership, we admire your gift of identifying some of the most critical human development needs of our time and addressing those needs with creative, bold initiatives, and then sustaining them to assure that significant social impact is realized. During this Golden Jubilee year, we in Bangladesh and worldwide, remunerated and volunteer, thank you for the privilege of being able to contribute to this audacious and auspicious new initiative. Thank you very much.
Our immediate purpose today is to lay the foundation stone of the Aga Khan Academy in Dhaka. It is a day we hope to look back upon with joy and satisfaction for many years to come. And if our work is done well, it is a day that future generations will look back upon as a great beginning. As you heard, this new academy will be an important node in the network of 18 schools throughout the developing world, providing world-class education for young men and women from all backgrounds, irrespective of ability to pay. It will be, inshallah, a remarkable place to go to school. We could say a lot more about this new academy, but I thought I might instead take a few minutes to describe what I see as the larger significance of our academy's initiatives. For underlying our dreams for this school is our commitment to principles which have even broader implications. There are 3 such principles that I would like to mention. The first is the centrality of quality education as an element in the Islamic tradition. It is appropriate that I highlight this matter today, for Bangladesh is the first Muslim country in which we have laid a new academy foundation stone. It also seems appropriate to underscore the spiritual foundations of this work, since this event is helping to mark my 50th anniversary as the spiritual leader of the Shia Ismaili Muslims. World and faith are inseparable in Islam. Faith and learning are also profoundly interconnected. The Holy Quran sees the discovery of knowledge as a spiritual responsibility, enabling us better to understand and more ably serve Allah's creation. Our traditional teachings remind us of our individual obligation to seek knowledge unto the ends of the earth, and of our social obligation to honor and nurture the full potential of every human life. The creation of a new Aga Khan Academy in Dhaka thus grows out of rich Islamic precedents. The second point I would emphasize today is that our academy initiative in Dhaka and elsewhere is one that strongly affirms the integrity of local and national cultures. The beauty of creation is a function of its variety. A fully homogenized world would be far less attractive and interesting. The roots we inherit from our history, linking us to a particular past, are a great source of strength and joy and inspiration. And a sound educational system should help nourish those roots. My first 2 points of emphasis, then, concern the emergence of our academy's program from Islamic traditions and its commitment to local and national values. My third point is somewhat different, but entirely consistent: the strong link which our academies will provide to an increasingly globalized world. I mentioned earlier the importance of affirming the local and particular in the face of forces which would dilute our identity and homogenize our cultures. But I would also note the compelling importance of global partnership and universal understanding in the face of forces that would dangerously fragment our world. In the process of nurturing a healthy sense of identity, we must resist the temptation to normatize any particular culture, to demonize the other, and to turn healthy diversity into dangerous discord. We are very proud today formally to expand the Academy's network to the country of Bangladesh, and we are very pleased and honored that you have been able to join us in this moment of celebration and dedication. Thank you.
At the outset, I would like to record the appreciation of our government, both for the visionary leadership His Highness has been exhibiting all these years, and also for his commitment to this country, a Muslim, poor country, but aspiring to be a responsible member, an enriched member of the global club. Thank you for your commitment and for your leadership. I think it is in great order that we are celebrating today the coming of the Aga Khan Academy to Bangladesh at a point in time in which Bangladesh itself is embarked on similar visionary advances across all sectors of our existence. As His Highness mentioned, there will be, of course, the difficult practical task to translate all these visions into concrete realities, because we cannot underplay the practical challenges too. We cannot, then it will only remain at the level of intentions. But intentions have to be translated into realities, and I think there is no reason why those realities cannot be achieved within our lifetimes. These are very much achievable. I think the human spirit, the capacity of the human spirit really knows no bounds, and there is no reason why these ambitions which have been articulated cannot be achieved.
তার নাচের তালের ইশারাতে বলবো ভালোবাসিল মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি রাঙা মাটির পথে এলো মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি তার নাচের তালের ইশারাতে বলবো ভালোবাসিল মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি মাদল বাজে বাজে বাঁশির বাঁশি রাঙা মাটির পথে এলো মাদল বাজে
Your Highness, your Bangladesh Jamaat is immensely grateful for your care, guidance, and generosity, of which this new Jamatkhana is but one example. I take this opportunity to acknowledge in His Highness's presence the warmth, the generosity of the Bangladesh government and peoples towards our Ismaili community, and the support, courtesies, and assistance that they have extended to our initiatives at all times.
This is a day which has particular meaning, of course, for the Ismaili community in Bangladesh. But it is good to know that it also means so much to the whole of this city and this country. For we see this new addition to the Dhaka cityscape as a symbol of our continuing historic commitment to this country and further reinforcement of the warm relations which the Ismaili people have enjoyed here. Let me try to convey at the outset a sense of the hopes and dreams which have inspired this effort. For we have a rather clear picture of what we would like this Jamatkhana to be. There will, of course, be facilities here for congregational gathering and for administrative functions. There will also be places for welcoming the larger community here at seminars, lectures, cultural and educational events, and other programs. But we also see the new Jamatkhana as a place which will make an important statement symbolizing an important message. We see it as a place of peace and tranquility, filled with a spirit of humility and prayer. It will not be a place for conceit or self-satisfaction, but rather a place for search and enlightenment. It will be a place where men and women in this pluralist country can help strengthen those common bonds which reflect our common challenges and which will shape our common destiny. The Jamatkhana and the Academy will serve complementary roles as they work to dispel ignorance, cultivate a cosmopolitan outlook, and nourish the cause of peace and harmony among peoples and cultures within this country and around the world. I cannot think of a better way to celebrate this Golden Jubilee than by setting off in a formal way down the road that will see two beautiful new facilities rise up as a part of this city, dedicated to spiritual and educational pursuits, the life of the spirit and the life of the mind. Commitments which grow fundamentally out of our Islamic traditions and which will be instrumental in the future of this country. These remarks would not be complete without paying a special tribute in your presence to all those who have contributed to the creation of this project and who will be involved now as this work goes forward. We thank the members of the community who have helped to lead this effort, as well as the donors, architects, and official bodies who have helped in launching this project. Their vision has been matched by their energy, their sense of commitment, and has been matched by their abilities. We salute them for what they have done, and we wish them much success as they continue now to turn their vision into reality. I look forward to returning here again to see this Jamatkhana when it is completed. And I know that we will all look back on this day in years to come as a very happy beginning. I extend to you all my thanks again for your sharing this special day with us. Thank you.
As all are aware, Islam places the utmost emphasis on the balance between spiritual yearnings and worldly obligations. The Ismaili community represents a model of a tranquil equilibrium where the inner self finds harmony with the material world. His Highness the Aga Khan embodies this spirit. He has dedicated his life and works to this cause. On this, his Golden Jubilee, we acknowledge his contribution to the fulfillment of the aspirations of millions of Muslims with humility and appreciation. Your Highness, in Bangladesh, we respect the inalienable fundamental rights of all citizens. This includes those of all faiths. We wish to forge greater understanding between the various schools of our own great religion and build bridges across different faiths and civilizations. Let this Jamatkhana be a venue from which will flow these ideas and ideals, bonding men and women seeking enlightenment, peace, and tolerance.
Mawlana Hazir Imam, each one of us here feels privileged that either in the past or currently, Khudawand has entrusted to us the responsibility for the administration and governance of the Jamaat, thus allowing the opportunity for our participation, even if in small measures, in the Imam's vision and efforts for the progress of the Jamaat. Hazir Imam, Bangladesh Jamaat, even though small in size, is greatly privileged that Khudawand has established all the Imamat institutions here, and we humbly seek your blessings and guidance to give us the strength, to give us the best in fulfilling the diverse responsibilities that has been entrusted upon us. If we fall short, we pray that the Imam's blessings and benevolence will guide us to improve our performance.
I'd like first of all to share with you my immense happiness at being in Bangladesh to celebrate with you my Golden Jubilee. It has been an enormously happy visit. In many ways, an inspiring visit, because it has demonstrated how even a small Jamaat can achieve outstanding results in fields which are complex, which are necessary, but which, with your endeavors, your work, you achieve results which are completely unexpected. So I want to say, first of all, to the leaders of my Jamaat, Mubarak. Mubarak, 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 Mubarak. And may these congratulations bring to you and your families barakat in all that you undertake. Since my last visit, our institutions have moved forwards. And it is my conviction that fairly soon our institutions in Bangladesh will enable us to support a bigger Jamaat than we have presently in Bangladesh. That the environment in Bangladesh is changing because democracy is maturing, because civil society is beginning to become more effective, because the media understands better its role in democracy. And therefore, I look to the future in Bangladesh, and therefore the future of the Bangladeshi Jamaat, with confidence and hope. And I'm very, very proud of the achievements that you have achieved so far. I'd like also to say how much I enjoyed the Bangladeshi dances. These young people who've been practicing for many months are an inspiration to watch. Not only do they dance in a most elegant manner, but they have the most beautiful smile on their faces. And when I see my Jamaat smile, that is my happiness. Inshallah, I will be returning more often in the future. I will come to see the work that you're doing in many different fields, the construction of the new Jamatkhana, the construction of the new academy. And if you think about it, inshallah, fairly soon we will have 2 outstanding schools in Dhaka. We will have financial capability to care for the growth of the Jamaat in this part of the world. We will have youth that will have access to the best institutions in Bangladesh and elsewhere. And therefore, when I look to the future, I feel quite strongly that the Jamaat should have confidence, encourage others to work with you, and look to the future in this part of the world with great confidence. I hope this message is clear to my institutions. For a small Jamaat, you have performed as if you were a Jamaat 10 times, 50 times, 100 times this size. I really congratulate all the institutions for this superb work, and I look forward to coming back regularly.
বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল, আমি টাকঢুম টাকঢুম বাজাই বাংলাদেশের ঢোল। সব ভুলে যাই, আমি সব
immensely happy with this visit, with the results of your work, and I have great confidence in the years ahead. So when I leave you, you should know that I will be an imam with a big smile on his face.